Alright, hello everyone, welcome to M12 Draft. I'm Jeremy Neiman. Here in front of us we have our first pack of M12. Notable cards include the two formatted Bloodthirst guys, Gorehorn Minotaurs and Vampire Atcats, which are both very, very good. I'm not quite sure which one of them is better. I'd probably take the Gorehorn Minotaurs in a pinch, because it is a little bit better when it's not bloodthirsted. But Vampire Atcats is nevertheless, an excellent card. Also got a Blood Ogre and either Adept, an Assault Griffin, which is a fair bit worse than any of those cards, and the card which I'm going to take, which is Arachnus Spinner. So obviously I'm going to be able to look at to pick up Arachnus Webs. This guy's just so ridiculous if you have a couple of webs. Like, there are a few 6-drops that just dominate a game the way he does. No, I do need a couple of webs, but even without a couple of webs, he's still a 5/7 reach for 6, which is not something that many things can swing past. Alright, so the rare's missing from this pack, so can't treat it as too much of a signal. But okay, well, there's Incinerate and Pacifism, so there's some very nice removal spells in here. But I think I actually want to take Cudgel Troll. Now, due to the speed of the format, I think both Incinerate and Pacifism are better cards than Cudgel Troll, but Cudgel Troll isn't that far behind, so I do want to be in green here, unusually enough. Yeah, Cudgel Troll is going to hopefully cement me in the colour of my bomb, my Arachnus Spinner. And meanwhile, while not as good as Incinerate or Pacifism, it's not too far behind. Alright, we've got a Gideon's Lawkeeper, which is probably the best white common, and we also have a Gravedigger and Divination, which are definitely not the best black or blue commons, respectively. And we have basically nothing in green here. I'm certainly not going to take a Vastwood Gorge a third, so I guess it's a Lawkeeper. I think a third pick Lawkeeper might be a signal. The guy to my right probably took, well, he probably took like Gorehorn Minotaurs or something, and then he took Incinerate, so hopefully there's a guy sitting between him and the guy who got the Pacifism. So maybe we're not too badly set up for white. Let's see. Alright, well that's quite a late Gorehorn Minotaurs. Don't know if I can just take it though. Yeah, especially since I've been trying to put the guy to my left into red. Sorry. Just going on that Gorehorn Minotaurs now seems, yeah, I don't really want to do it. I'm going to take this Lurking Crocodile instead, because it's still quite a solid green common. Obviously not as good as the Minotaurs, but it can be, against a blue deck, it's really, really amazing. And even against a non-blue deck, it's quite acceptable. Alright, well this pack is pretty poor all round. Yeah. Okay, I'm just going to take Plummet here. Plummet is a card you can play main deck, and I've done so before and been happy with. Most decks will have at least some flyers, and killing any creature with flying for 2 mana is a pretty good deal. Alright, this is getting a little bit better. So we have a Stormfront Pegasus and a Llanowar Elves. Stormfront Pegasus is definitely the better card, especially with this Lurking Crocodile at 3. But Llanowar Elves isn't a color I'm certain to play, whereas Stormfront Pegasus isn't a color I'm only, pretty likely to play. I think I'm going to go ahead and take the Stormfront Pegasus anyway, though. Green-white, not that I've drafted green-white before in this format, but it seems like a deck that needs all the tempo it can get. And Stormfront Pegasus is a very tempo-oriented card, and hopefully a Stormfront Pegasus that late can be regarded as a signal that, I can go ahead and start taking white a little bit more aggressively. Unfortunately, this pack just has nothing for me. Well, I'll take a Diabolic Tutor in case I end up in black and want to get that Arachnus Spinner. I think Arachnus Spinner might be worth taking a tutor for, or I could just take a Bonebreaker Giant. No, I'll take the tutor. Again, I'll stay out of red. And Vastwood Gorger versus Deathmark. Or Stave Off. I should take Stave Off. Yeah. This card is it can target the opponent's creatures, so it can knock off enchant creatures, which makes it pretty sweet, I think. In addition to doing all the stuff that that type of effect normally does. Saving you guy in combat. Alright, Celestial Purge. Wheeled from the... that was the pack I took Arachnus Spinner out of. So someone took an Assault Griffin, but apart from that there aren't any other white cards missing from this pack. So that's a good sign, I guess. And green cards come late. This is not such a big surprise. Green cards always come late. That's the advantage of being in green. I mean, otherwise green is a pretty miserable color. So you got to take your advantages where you can get them. I'll grab a Greater Basilisk here. Basilisk is quite a reasonable 5-drop. And I'll take a Pride Guardian. Why not? Yeah, I hate someone's distress. Take a Fog for someone's overrun. Warpath, cool. Well, we could theoretically be playing black here. What black cards do I have again? I've got a Distress, a Warpath Ghoul, and a Diabolic Tutor, which is definitely quite a bit behind my Stave Off, Gideon's Lawkeeper, Stormfront Pegasus, Celestial Purge. So I'll hide them for the moment. What do we have here? Got a Crumbling Colossus, a Spirit Mantle, a Griffin Sentinel, and a Divine Favor. I want to take Spirit Mantle. I think Spirit Mantle, especially on a guy like Cudgel Troll, it can just get there by itself. Yeah, it sucks if they have removal, but it's just such a threatening card. And in green-white, I can pick up Sacred Wolves, and Spirit Mantle and Sacred Wolf is just a huge beating all by itself. The other card I would probably take if I wasn't taking Spirit Mantle is Griffin Sentinel, but it's not such a great card. It's okay, but I'll pick up Griffin Sentinels later, then I can put Spirit Mantle on them, and that's even better. So yeah, let's try out the Spirit Mantle thing here. Spirit Mantle number 2, or Garrick's Companion, or Slashed Shock, I guess. Not the best pack here. I'll probably take Garrick's Companion here, I guess. I think I'm going to be heavy enough green to get away with it, and it is a pretty good 2-drop. So definitely, if I want to be playing a tempo deck, which I do, Garrick's Companions, all Garrick's Companions I can get is a good thing. And I don't think I want the second Spirit Mantle. I think the first one, sure, but the second one only when I've got some Sacred Wolves. So yeah. Alright, well, I guess I get to pick up a Benalish Veteran here, which is not the worst, but I'm seeing all these sweet Merfolk Looters and Shocks and kind of wishing I was in the appropriate colours, which seems weird because I don't think I was passing very much green or white in pack 1. Well, Veteran it is. That's a bit more like it. Alright, 4th pick Cudgel Troll, that's what we like to see. Yep, certainly can't complain too much about this back. Alright, we're going to rack up a lot of those early beaters. I'm getting a lot of creatures, obviously, in a color combination like this. It's important not to end up with too many 5 and 6 drops if you draft the green deck, because 5 and 6 drops are, well, they're pretty dorky. Arachnus Spinner is an excellent 6-drop, but you certainly don't want to end up with like 5 Stampeding Rhinos or anything. Okay, this is an interesting pack. I've got a Griffin Sentinel, Trollhide, a Titanic Growth, and a Hunter's Insight. I think Hunter's Insight is a card I'm not going to take here. It's not a terrible card, but it's a card that needs stuff to go right. And let's see. I'm leaning towards Griffin Sentinel because I already have the Aura, I already have the Spirit Mantle. Yeah, okay, I'm going to take Griffin Sentinel. I'm not sure if that's right, but it's important to have too many. It's important not to have too many auras and enough creatures that you can put the auras on. So I think it was between Griffin Sentinel and Trollhide. I think the Titanic Growth came in a little bit afterwards, and I think Griffin Sentinel was the pick there. But again, I'm not sure. Alright, I guess I'll take a 6-mana 5/6, which might end up making my deck if I have to. And there's my first Sacred Wolf. Now I'm more actively looking to pick up auras, so hopefully I do get another Trollhide at some point. And my second Lurking Crocodile, and yeah, I do believe that's the pick over Stampeding Rhino, because yeah, Stampeding Rhino costs 5. Guys that cost 5, not as good as guys that cost 3 in general. And I think I'm going to be able to Bloodthirst that guy between my couple flyers, and I've got a lot of early dudes. And he's going to be great against blue decks, of course. Yeah, I'll grab a second plummet. I'm not going to play a second plummet main, but it will find a spot in my board. And Runeclaw Bear. Yeah, that Runeclaw Bear helps my Lurking Crocodiles. So I'm getting a lot of playables here. Second Runeclaw Bear, wow. How about that? Some junk. Oh, Titanic Growth. Yeah, so despite having a weak first few picks out of this pack, I ended up with a ton of playables. So that's good. I'm going to have to end up making some cuts. I have 21 cards I could play already, so these plummets, well, I'd like to play one of them main, but certainly not both. I also have a ton of creatures, so I should definitely be looking to take tricks, removal spells, even auras over creatures at this point. Nightcrave's also quite aggressive, which is a good thing. Again, you don't want to have too many 5-drops and 6-drops when you draft green. It can happen. And I do have enough ways to finish off a game between these guys. Now, what I really want is some Arachnus Webs. So I first picked this Arachnus Spinner and I haven't seen a single Arachnus Web all draft. That's a bit annoying.